Long Island's potato belt. It owes its maritime climate to the temperate waters in the leeward drift of the Gulf Stream. The region was abandoned by Algonquins in the wake of colonial sprawl, a mounting overture to manifest destiny which brought New England to the outer reaches of the Empire State, and Amagansett, a tribute to the Indians in name only, is the custodian of the Puritan heritage. The whales are gone, but the weather vanes remain. An occasional widow's walk acknowledges the debt to the sea. Anchors and eagles abound. George Washington would have been proud to sleep here. In the off-season, order prevails. Time struggles to stand still. But when the weather breaks and the trade winds come in, the elders of Amagansett, like their colonial predecessors and the Algonquins before them, find themselves volunteers in a counter-assault on cultural blight. Minutemen knee-deep in the onslaught of souvenirs, fast food, and ersatz antiques. A kind of thug capitalism asserts itself. The tourists who come screeching down upon the town and the local retail sharks who surface to feed on them provoke an embarrassing display of provincial paranoia. And every summer, the town fathers, helpless, unhinged, watch their community move one irreversible step closer to the dark maw of the 20th century, visibly shaken by what they consider to be a pronounced threat to Amagansett's Puritan soul. Their dread has taken an inevitable turn. Amagansett has become a working model for an aggression-response approach to municipal government. Symptomatic of such an approach is a curious brand of frontier law enforcement, characterized by an allegiance to the principle that, "We got a nice quiet community here, son," dialogue resonant of hanging judges, pistol whippings, and the application of rifle butts to the dental work. You've got until sundown, as it were. In Amagansett, the Wyatt Earp spirit runs especially high between the months of May and September. But a residual strain lingers through late autumn, tapering off appropriately around Thanksgiving, after which only the locals have an opportunity to break the law. This is what Zachary Swan, 46, a pioneer whose embrace of the Puritan ethic had never been an all-encompassing one, would come up against on the morning of October 14th. He and his friends would be arrested on the beach at sunrise and charged with public intoxication, and out of this circumstantial confrontation between the energetic bounty hunters of Amagansett, still juiced on adrenaline generated in the summer tourist hunts, and a man who in 6 months had spent more money on cocaine alone than he had paid in state and local income taxes in 20 years. Out of this head-on collision would grow a federal investigation spanning at least 2 continents, twice as many international boundaries, and criminal jurisdictions as diverse as those covered by the United States Department of the Treasury and the Traffic Division of the East Hampton, Long Island Police Department. At 5 a.m., Zachary Swan, surrounded by $100,000 worth of cocaine, was smiling. He was smiling at the Madonna over his fireplace and dreaming of an island off the coast of Ceylon. Sprawled on the floor athwart 3 sleeping dogs, struggling to stay conscious, he looked like a besotted country squire out of the pages of an 18th century novel. Dawn was approaching. The room was quiet. The party had downshifted dramatically. All motor activity not essential to life had been suspended in the interest of the cardiac muscles. The body, in the grip of the downs, was making sacrifices. Somebody had an idea, remarkable under the circumstances. "Let's go to the beach and watch the sunrise." A response, identifiable only in the deepest Methaqualone funk, struggled to solitary life somewhere across the room. It contained many vowels. It was affirmative. Call it a sentence, a phrase. Someone had answered. We are on the threshold of human interchange here. Speech, verbal commerce along the barren avenues of Quaalude City. Communication at this level, although sophisticated in its own way, can best be described as haphazard. It is a kind of space-age remodeling of traditional counterintelligence techniques,